Hello everyone, welcome back to C Programming Fundamentals. Today we are solving a very practical and an important problem, that is the electricity bill calculator. This program is special because it mirrors real world scenarios that you encounter every month, usually when you get your electricity bills. Here we will learn about multi-level conditional statements, slab-based calculations, and string handling. This is very important because it tests the understanding of your nested if conditions, mathematical calculation, and logical thinking. So let's start the program. So the topic is calculate electricity bill with different rate slabs. When you get into the problem statement, it defines that is an electricity board charges the following rates for use of electricity. For the first 200 units, it is 80 paise per unit, that is 0.80 rupees per unit. And for the next 100 units, it is that is from 201 to 300, it charges for 90 paise per unit, and beyond 300 it is going to be rupees 1 per unit, and all users are charged a minimum of rupees 100 as meter charge. So whatever you get, you will be getting 100 rupees extra as a meter charge, and if the total amount is greater than rupees 400 after all the above calculations, then an additional surcharge of 15 is charged. So it's asking to write a C program to read username, unit consumed, and calculate the bill. So let's take an example. Just imagine if somebody has got 350 units, that is they are consumed 350 units of electricity. So according to this, how it is going to be divided is, first 200 units is going to be charged uh, at the rate of 0.8. So 200 into 0.8 is for the first 200 units. Next 100 units, it is going to be at 90 paise, and remaining, that is since the user has consumed 350, so 200 plus 100 plus another 50, so the remaining 50 units it will be charged at 1 rupees, right? So how it is done is, they will add an additional 100 rupees as a meter charge, and if this price is going to be beyond 400 rupees, then there will be surcharges. In case if it is not crossing 400 rupees, there will not be a surcharge. So let's start with the coding. We will see how it is done. I will give my program name as electricity electricity.c. We will start with hash include stdio.h for the standard input output. And also here, since we are taking the customer name, it should be a string, right? So I'll go for hash include string.h also. So these are the two header files which I'll be adding. Now we'll start with our main program. We'll declare the variable. So I am taking the user name, so I will give it as character, maybe I'll name of 50. The units has to be entered, so units I'll give it as integer value, and remaining variables are required, that is to calculate the bill, the total amount, and all those things. So I'll just give it as float bill equal to, I'll just assign some values. So total amount also should be calculated, because bill value along with that meter charges, surcharges, and all those things we have to add, right? So for those reasons we might require this. And also I'll add the surcharge variable for surcharge. Sorry for the spelling mistake. Surcharge equal to 0.0. So these are the few variables which are coming into my mind now. Later also during the program, if you want some variables to be added, we can do it during that particular time. Okay, so we have created the header files, and in the main function I have specified the variables like character name 50, integer unit, and float bill, total amount, and surcharge. If you want to print, maybe we can print, we'll just give it as electricity bill calculator, right? So let this message come first before the user enters any value, right? So they will start asking the details with the user. So we'll ask enter the customer name, enter the customer name, we'll give f gets name, that's a variable which is already given, size of name, and stdi, right? So when the user enters a name, user will be giving a slash n towards the end, so that we have to replace, because later when we are using this, that has to be replaced with a slash 0 character, right? So we can use name of str CSEN. So this is used for replacing a string. So I'll search for slash n. So if slash n is there, that has to be replaced with a slash 0. Right? Because when, as I told, when the user enters to keyboard, the user will be entering slash n towards n. So that has to be replaced with slash 0. Okay. Next, we will ask with the user to enter the units consumed. So scanf, it is an integer, so ampersand units, unit is given. Maybe at this point we can do a check, we can just validate whether units is less than 0, because there may be possibility like the user might enter 0. So if the user is entering the unit as 0, maybe we can give an error message, we can give it as invalid input, or maybe okay, unit cannot be 0. This can be given, and in case if user is entering 0 as a unit, we can close the program there itself, right? So just give just validating the input. uh, so we have collected the details from the user, we are asking the customer name and the unit consumed. Now we'll calculate the bill based on the slabs, right? So we will give the next condition, that is if units is less than or equal to 200, how we have to calculate is, that is if it is less than or equal to 200, it is going to be unit multiplied by 0.8, that is per unit it is 0.8 rupees or 80 paise. So I can give it as bill equal to units star 0.80, right? And here itself maybe I can printf. So the bill calculation can just give some print statement so that it will be clear to the user, right? First 200 units is at the rate, no, maybe you can print it. So instead of that unit, whatever is a unit, because we don't know what unit the user has given, it is stored in the variable unit, so we'll print that variable itself. So percentage d units at the rate of rupees 0.80, right, equal to rupees, we will display what is the value there, 0.2f. so the user will be able to see what are the values, right? So here percentage d should be replaced with units while printing, and for percentage 2f it should be bill. So for the first slab we have calculated, that is if units is less than or equal to 200, the unit should be multiplied by 0.8 and stored in the variable called as bill. and I am printing it, that is bill calculation first percentage d unit, that is first units at the rate of rupees 80 is this thing. Okay, next we will check with the next condition, else if units is less than or equal to 300 with the next case or in the next lab. So if it is less than or equal to 300, how we have to calculate is first 200 units will go with 80 paise, remaining will go with 90 paise. So that we have to, how do we calculate it here? So I'll write it as bill equal to 200 multiplied by 0.80 plus the remaining. So how do we calculate the remaining? We can do it as the units minus 200. So units minus 200, which will give you the remaining value. For example, if user has given it as 250, so 200 will be taken here. So 250 minus 200 will be the next 50. So next 50 should be calculated with 0.90. Right, so this will give me the bill amount. First 200 is going to be with 0.80 paise, the remaining 50 will go with 0.90. Again, same like earlier, we can give some messages which will make it clear to the user. So bill calculation, just have to show to the user like how this calculation we have done, right? It's always better to show it to the user. So bill calculation, again I'll give printf, I have to print first percentage d, or not percentage d, first 200 units, first 200 units at the rate of rupees 0.80 equal to rupees percentage 0.2f slash in. So here I have to give 200 multiplied by 0.80, right? So this will print how much we have calculated for the first 200. So remaining I have to write next percentage d units, next percentage d units is at the rate of rupees 0.90 equal to rupees percentage 0.2f slash n closing. So I'm going to calculate is units minus 200 for this, and remaining it is going to be okay, units minus 200 multiplied by 90.90. So this we have to put in the bracket. Okay, so this units minus 200 will be replaced with percentage d, and this percentage 0.2f will be replaced with this value. Okay, and I have to print the subtotal. So print f, the subtotal is equal to rupees percentage 0.2f slash in, I should give it as bill. So the total amount will be displayed there. Okay, so this we have calculated for the second slab, that is for the units less than 300. And next is the else part. Anything other than that will go with this else. So here again we have to do all this calculation, that is up to 200 it is 0.80, and up the next 100 is going to be till 0.90, and remaining is going to be charged at 1 rupee. Okay, so bill equal to a similar operation like earlier, 200 into 0.80 plus here it is going to be 100, means up to 300 it is going to be 0.90, 0.90 plus anything beyond 300. So I have to write it as units minus 300, which will give me an extra thing, that is if I had given 350, how the calculation will happen is 200 plus 100 is 300. So 350 minus 300, that remaining 50 will be calculated here, multiplied by 100, sorry not 100, 1 rupee, right? Okay, again like in the previous step we have to print the breakup. So I'll write it as bill calculation. Because if you have noticed in our electricity bill, all the slabs, how our calculation is done, that will be displayed in that bill. So similarly, we have to do it in our program also. So first 200 units at the rate of rupees 0.80 equal to rupees percentage 0.2f, and I have to print the value here, that is 200 multiplied by 0.80. So first is done. Next, for the next 100 I have to show next 100 units at the rate of rupees 0.90 equal to rupees percentage 0.2f slash n. So here it is going to be 100 multiplied by 0.90, and the last part, that's the remaining. Printf remaining percentage d units at the rate of rupees 1 equal to rupees percentage 0.2f slash n, and here I have to specify, that is units minus 300 for the percentage d. Okay, so I have to mention the percentage d here. Okay, units minus 300 and units minus 300 multiplied by 1, right? Closing and semicolon. So I think I've missed a closing bracket here. I close it, semicolon. Okay, and printf, I have to mention the subtotal equal to rupees percentage 0.2f slash n, and it is nothing but the variable bill, right? So right now we have calculated all the different slab. Next we should add few more things here. So that is nothing but we have to calculate the meter charge also, right? So I will give it as maybe we'll print it first. We'll print and we'll calculate, or better we'll add and then we'll calculate. So I'll write it as total. My variable name was total amount. Okay, so bill amount is till now total underscore amount is going to be bill plus 100, because my meter charge is 100 rupees. So that I have to display to the user. Printf meter charge is equal to rupees 100, right? And I should also print what is the amount after adding the meter charges. So amount after adding meter charge is equal to rupees percentage 0.2f. So that is nothing but in total amount. So as mentioned in the problem statement, if the total amount is greater than 400, then 15% surcharge should be added. So we have to check if total amount is greater than 400. You should not write it as greater than or equal to, only if it is greater than 400. Okay, so that is one mistake which we might make. So I have to calculate the surcharge. So surcharge equal to total amount multiplied by 0.15, so that is 15%, right? So next total amount will become as total amount equal to total amount plus surcharge. And we can printf surcharge is 15% equal to rupees percentage 0.2f surcharge. And close. So this condition will be checked only if the total amount is greater than 400. Now maybe what we can do is we can display the full bill to the user. So maybe I can give it as okay, printf, I will give a slash n, right? So if I want to print any special character maybe for the bill, okay, I'll just give it like this, equal to multiplied by 40. So 40 times this will be printed. So just for a design. Okay. Next I'll give printf electricity bill. Again maybe the same set of statement. Just to give some design, I'm doing this. The same thing will be printed. Next I can print the customer name. Customer name is percentage yes slash n, it is me. I can print the unit consumed. Units consumed is an integer, so percentage s, sorry, percentage d, it is units. I can give the total amount, right? Printf total bill amount is rupees, okay, percentage 0.2f, it is in the variable total amount. The other breakup and all those things already we have displayed to the user, no? So in the final one only this can be given, and along with it the design what has to be printed, and maybe we can print one more message saying like thank you for using the, or maybe using our service, something nice message we can give, and return 0, and we can close this. Okay, so we'll again check this program. What we have done is I have given std.h for the standard input output, and string.h maybe because we are having a customer name as a string, and in the main function I have declared these variables, that is name as character, units as integer, and different variable for calculation of bill, total amount and surcharge. I have declared it as float. I'm printing some user friendly messages, that is electricity bill calculator. It will ask for the user to enter the customer name, and it will read the user input from there, and since the user, when the user enters a string, he will enter a slash n, that is a enter key. That slash n should be replaced with the slash 0 that shows the end of the string, and I ask the user to enter the units consumed. I scanf and store it to a variable called as units, and I'm just checking whether if it is unit is less than 0, then I have to give a message like unit cannot be 0 or negative, right? Okay. In the next condition I'm checking if unit is less than or equal to 200, the unit should be multiplied by 80 paise and store it to bill, and I display that. Else if it is less than 300, I should do two calculation. One is for the first 200 I should calculate with 80 paise, rest I should calculate with 90 paise, display those values to the user. And the last part, that is if it is greater than 300, again I should do all the previous one, that is for the first 200 at 80 paise, rest 100 at 90 paise, and remaining should be calculated at 1 rupee. Again I do the calculation. Once all the slabs are completed, I need to add 100 rupees as a meter charge, so that is added to the bill and kept it as total amount, and I'll display that also, that is amount after adding the meter charge, how much it is I'll be doing. In case if the total amount is beyond 400, then I need to add 15% as a surcharge, so that is done here. And after that we will print all these values, like the customer name, unit consumed, and the total amount. And so we will compile and see this. So gcc electricity.c minus o, I'll store it to a file name called as electricity. Okay, so we have got so much of error, so we will start seeing from the first. Okay, so what is missing here is, okay, so here there is a comma which is missing there, here again the comma. Okay, so we will start seeing from that. So line number 31, we have missed a comma here. Let's save and we will see. So again here what happened, that is percentage f expects a type of double, but the argument is 3. Okay, so what we will do is here in this line, okay, so we are given just percentage to f, right? So we will add 0.0 here, check. Okay, so I think this doesn't work here, no problem. So what we will remove is we will remove this lines from here. Okay, so we'll remove this line, and now we will check. Okay, so now we have removed all those things. We will try to execute this. Okay, it's working fine. Okay, so customer name I'll give it as Rahul. Unit consumed, maybe I'll give it as -100. Statistically invalid input, unit cannot be 0 or negative. Okay, so I'll go with this. I will again give the same customer name. Unit consumed, I'll give it as 100. So the bill calculation, first 100 unit at 80 paise, that is 80 rupees, meter charges 100 rupees. Amount after adding meter charges 100 plus 80, that is going to be 180. Okay, then it's showing the electricity bill. Customer name is Rahul, unit consumed is 100, total bill amount is 180. Thank you for using our service. Okay, we will again execute and see. So we will give for Sachin, unit consumed is 250. So it should come bill calculation, first 200 units at 80 rupees 80 paise, that is 160 rupees. Next 50 units at 90 paise, that is 45 rupees. So subtotal is 205. Adding these two and meter charges is 100, total 305. So the electricity this is printed. Okay, cool. Once again we will see, we will give some value which is greater than 200. Okay, so Sachin, okay, we will give customer name is Ramesh, unit consumed I will give it as 350. So now what happened? Okay, so 160 for the first 200 units, next 100 units at 90 paise, 90 rupees, remaining is 50. Okay, so total 300 plus 400 is this thing. So that is printed. Okay, we'll give one more extra value than this. Okay, I'll give it as Rakshit, unit consumed I'll give it as maybe 375. Okay, so here we can see there is an extra thing. So bill calculation, okay, 160 for the first 200, next 100 at 90, remaining 75. Okay, 75, subtotal is 325, meter charges it's added, so we're getting 425. So when we are getting an amount which is greater than 400, will be added with an additional surcharge of 63 or 15%, right? So 425 plus 63 is going to be 488.75. Okay, cool. So this program is working. We can also check with value for 0, because here the condition we have checked it less than 0, right? Less than 0. Okay, we will give a 0 and check and see what comes here. Okay, give it as Roshan, unit consumed is 0. Okay, so unit consumed it is coming for first 100 units. Okay, nothing. Meter charges is 100 rupees. Okay, so if the unit is 0, at least meter charges they have to pay. Okay, that's fine. Then I think there maybe in the message which we have printed it here, maybe we'll just make a small correction. I can give it tests, the unit cannot be 0. Okay, then it will be fine. Okay, so my GCC customer name, just give it as Rahul, unit consumed if I'm giving it as 0. Okay, fine. Again for this user I'll give it as -1. So it will give invalid input, unit cannot be negative. Okay, so this program is working fine. So you can also do some minor other modification and all those things according to your wish, but I think the logic is proper here. So to see the flowchart and algorithm, you can see the description of this particular program. Thank you.